Insurance agents, what do your prospects and business owners actually care about? What are you going to say that's going to get your foot in the door? These are things that you need to know when you're out there making cold calls, trying to produce new mid-market commercial insurance business. Stay tuned in this video. I'm going to share with you what clients are telling us they actually care about, and then what you can do to get your foot in the door. Thanks for joining us. My name is Micah Salas. This is the Max Revenue Show. It's a channel aimed at helping insurance agents and producers write more business. Let's get into this. All right, so according to a survey done last quarter here in 2023, they surveyed hundreds of business owners and asked them, what are your top concerns? The top three concerns that they all had, and this is by a long shot, overwhelmingly, 89%, their main concern is future premium increases. Number two is high current premiums. And number three is limitations in coverage, right? But 80% and 89% of people all said premium is a pain point for us. So as insurance agents, you got to take this information and use it to open up the doors. But, major but, if you go out there making cold calls and you're just going to say, hey, I can save you 25%. Should we talk? Can I quote your insurance? You're going to sound like every other agent that calls. How do I know this? Because I've tried it, right? I've been doing this for 12, almost 13 years. And I've tried that script. I've tried saying, hey, I just saved another mechanical contractor 38%. Wanted to see if I could come in and chat with you. Maybe it will work, but overall, it's never really worked. I've actually had people just say, no, thanks, I'm good. Because everyone already has an agent, and guess what? Every other agent who's calling them is saying something very similar. So a prospect's basically senses are going to tell them, nah, that sounds too good to be true. No thanks, not interested. When if you really got down to it, if that prospect could save 38%, heck yeah, they'd be excited. Yes, they would take your meeting, but they're just so inundated with people hitting them up, and when they already have an agent as well, that they just don't believe you. Okay, so you might be sitting there thinking, well, what can I do then, right? What should I do to get my foot in the door? Because we all say, hey, you don't want to sell on price. If you sell on price, you die by price. But you can still use pricing as a way to open the door. However, I like to use this model instead of just coming out telling them I'm going to save you X. And that is more so creating curiosity, right? And it goes back to, how do they know what they don't know, right? They have to trust that their broker has them in the best spot in the market, that they're getting a great deal. And the only other way to verify that is to bring in someone else. And so I like to take that angle and use more of a curiosity approach rather than a, hey, I can come out and save you. Hey, I want to come out and quote. And this goes back to our whole concept around due diligence, right? And it's really exploiting that pain of premiums, but solving it with not saying, I know I can save you, instead saying, hey, I have a very different approach based around due diligence. I help answer a couple of key questions. One, am I overpaying for my insurance, right? Two, am I missing out on anything in the market? Maybe my broker doesn't know about. And three is, are you getting the most value for what you are spending? Right? So these are things that just buyers don't know, and you need to basically pique their interest through your cold call, right? And through your conversations. And so when you're making cold calls, your whole first step for me is to try to just get a conversation going, get past that first initial awkwardness, I guess you could say, when you reach out to someone and peel back the layers. And if you can start to get them talking, this is where you can pretty much determine that chances are almost everyone thinks due diligence makes sense, right? But you just need to get the prospect to understand that. And so you know that premium is a pain point, but you know if you come out and lead with it, you're going to sound like everyone else and they're just going to dismiss you. So you got to lead with something else. So that's where I lead with just asking questions. You know, might be like, hey, wanted to reach out. I know you got an agent you're working with, but I'm just curious, like from a due diligence side of things, what does that process look like for you? Well, what do you mean? Well, how are you guys making sure that you're not overpaying for your insurance, right? How do you guys hold your broker accountable to make sure that nothing's being missed or overlooked? Stop again, let them talk, and just get in these conversations. Well, we quote every year, or we quote every couple of years, or our agents gets us quotes. I hear you, But I guess, is there a way to make sure that your agent's not missing any markets that could be extremely interested in your type of work? Or, you could also say, hey, I'm not actually looking at quoting. I don't think that's the best approach. Instead, I just wanted to talk to you maybe about due diligence. Would you have 15 minutes just to set up a meeting where I can share what that looks like and how it benefits you and how it helps answer those key questions you might have, like, am I overpaying for my insurance? Because there might be a chance, and now I like to throw this in there when I'm talking with prospects, but I like to say there might be a chance you're not overpaying. You just don't know, right? So my first way to bring value to you and to help is that let's answer that question first. And then if you are overpaying, then we can go down that path and I can say, hey, here's what I would do to help do things differently, right? So I just wanted to share that with you today. I thought it was interesting. So just because we say don't sell on price doesn't mean you don't use price to open doors, right? Now, you want to position yourself as an advisor and more valuable, 100%. But you open the door with the client's pain, and the client's pain typically around insurance is going to be premium, as they're telling us, as the survey that just came out showed us. So take that for what it's worth. Good luck out there, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like it if you like this video. Thanks.